How does the new Model 3 performance compare with the BMW M3 competition? Well, in this episode, we are going to find out. The standard M3 competition starts at around $80,000, and the X-Drive starts at around $84,000. The Model 3 performance starts at around $53,000. That's a very good price compared to the BMW, plus there's lower maintenance, which costs less money. The M3 has a lot going on its exterior design. It gets lots of design upgrades over the standard version. So on the front, yes, it has those big grills, but also it has bigger air intakes and vents at the side. There's also a bunch of carbon fiber accents. The hood also has more creases in it, giving it an aggressive look. From the side, it gets a carbon fiber side skirt, carbon fiber badge on the fender, and those beautiful looking M Sport door mirrors, which are also covered in carbon fiber. However, all these carbon fiber accents cost extra. It also has forged wheels, which are lighter and more durable. So on the front it gets 19-inch wheels, and on the back it gets 20-inch wheels. And there are different wheel design choices. I quite like the back. The taillights are very nice. It gets a much bigger rear diffuser and 4 exhaust pipes. This diffuser is also made out of carbon fiber, and it gets a carbon fiber rear spoiler. It even gets a carbon fiber roof. All of these carbon fiber accents help to reduce the weight. In fact, it weighs at about 3,900 pounds. That's impressive considering its size. And for the most part, it looks pretty good. Unlike the BMW, the Model 3 performance doesn't get too many design upgrades over the standard version, but still I think it looks better. It's way cleaner, the body panels are much smoother, and it still gets some design upgrades. So on the front, it gets a more aggressive front splitter and air vents at both sides of the bumper. This allows for better airflow, improving the aerodynamics. It still has those beautiful headlights like the regular Model 3, and it still has that sloped bonnet since it's electric. The side is pretty much the same, except you get new 20-inch forged wheels, and they do look really cool. It still has those flush door handles, which look great, and the back also gets a bunch of upgrades like the front. So it gets a carbon fiber spoiler. This spoiler is much bigger than the one on the previous Model 3 performance. Also, it gets a much more aggressive rear diffuser, and that is the badge symbolizing that this is the performance. It still has those awesome looking taillights like the regular Model 3. And overall, this vehicle looks absolutely amazing. This vehicle looks stunning. I absolutely love the design upgrades. It's a bit heavier though. It weighs over 4,000 pounds, but overall this vehicle looks much better than the M3. The BMW has a very nice interior. The design looks pretty good. The widescreen display adds to the modern feeling. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It also has an updated UI, specifically designed for the M line. There's also ambient lighting, which looks great at night. BMW interiors are super high quality. They have very expensive feeling materials, and all of the pieces are very tightly bolted together. Now the M3 also gets loads of design upgrades on the interior as well. For instance, it gets the M Sport steering wheel. There is a ton of carbon fiber. It gets updated sports seats, but you can pay extra for carbon bucket seats. They're made out of carbon fiber, and they're comfortable. Along that, there are a bunch of different tiny upgrades. Now for the comfort features, it gets heated seats and a heated steering wheel as standard. But if you want front ventilated seats, you'll have to pay extra. The Model 3 performance still doesn't get too many design upgrades on the interior, like the M3, but still I think this looks better. It's much cleaner. This looks a lot more futuristic. Pretty much every control is operated through this big display. It's a very nice, powerful display. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto, but you don't need it because already it has Google Maps with features similar to Waze, so it can alert you for traffic lights, stop signs, speed cameras, and so on. You can also sync your contacts with the vehicle, so you can make phone calls and send messages through this display. It has a bunch of different music apps. This is pretty much Tesla's own version of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Perhaps even better because when you enable the navigation, the vehicle automatically puts supercharger destinations on your route. Since it can predict how much battery will be left at a certain point, you can't get that feature with Apple CarPlay nor Android Auto. It's a very good infotainment system. The technology this vehicle has is insane. So if you'd like to learn more about the technology of this vehicle, click on the top right corner of your display. Now the Model 3 performance also gets noticeable design upgrades in the interior as well. Most noticeable are the sports seats. They look absolutely amazing. They're still heated and ventilated, like the regular seats, but they get a bunch of different upgrades. The bolsters are much bigger to hold you better in place when cornering. The headrests have more cushion, and for improved aesthetics, they have black piping and the performance badge underneath the headrests. These seats are absolutely amazing. The regular seats are very comfortable, and these seats will be even better. The rear seats are the same. They're still heated. It also has a heated steering wheel and 2 wireless chargers up front. All of these comfort features come as standard. Thank goodness. The second most noticeable design upgrade is a carbon fiber trim on the dashboard, rather than the fabric material you get in the base model. This helps to reduce the weight, and it looks very good. Finally, you get aluminum pedals. The rest of the interior is the same. It's a very nice place to be in. It has beautiful ambient lighting. The way the ambient lighting extends from the door panels all the way across the dashboard creates this beautiful wraparound effect. It's very nice. The interior quality also is very good. Tesla has brought the interior quality to a whole nother level with the upgraded Model 3. It's a very robust cabin with expensive feeling materials. Annoyingly, you don't get a driver's display. However, there's a rear display where you can watch different videos and movies. The M3 doesn't have that. Overall, it's a very good cabin. It truly is a beautiful place to be in. Now let's compare these vehicles' storage capacities. The M3's trunk has up to 13 cubic feet of space. However, the Model 3 Performance has up to 21 cubic feet of space in its trunk and an additional 3.1 cubic feet of space in the frunk. So in total, it has a cargo capacity of 24.1 cubic feet. That's much better than the M3. Now let's get to the good stuff. So the Model 3 Performance comes with 2 electric motors. Combined, they make 510 horsepower and 547 pound-feet of torque. It also gets an 82 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which has 296 miles of range and can charge at 250 kilowatts. It also gets a single-speed automatic transmission. The M3 has a 3-liter inline-6 turbocharged engine, which makes 503 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. It powers the wheels by an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now with the standard M3 competition, the rear wheels are powered only, but with the xDrive, all 4 wheels are powered. Here is the exciting part. So this new Model 3 Performance can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds. 2.9 seconds, that's brutal. The previous Model 3 Performance would go in 3.1 seconds. That's 0.2 seconds quicker. And it also has a top speed of 163 miles per hour, just like the previous version. The standard M3 competition can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds, and the xDrive can go in 3.4 seconds. The 0 to 60 time is not as fast as the Model 3. However, it has a top speed of 180 miles per hour. So at the start, the Model 3 will be faster, but as you keep going, the M3 will start to catch up. The Model 3 Performance gets lowered shock suspension, but for the first time ever on the Model 3, it has adaptive dampers unlike the base model, and they have different settings so you can change the firmness. They also have accelerometers which sense the vibration and the speed while driving. That way when the vehicle is in motion, the adaptive dampers adjust to go over the bumps smoother, improving the ride comfort. It also has sway bars to prevent body roll. There's torque vectoring, which is an electronically controlled limited slip differential, so you can send full power to the outer wheel with the most grip. Compared to the base Model 3, the track is narrower, which accommodates for the wider wheels. It also gets improved brakes. Now we don't have the actual measurements of the brake discs, but we know for sure that the brake rotors are larger, and so are the calipers. Also there's improved heat management. That improves the stopping performance at all speeds and a wider temperature range. In the electric motors, those gears have been grinded with precision. They also feature those hairpin windings instead of those regular windings on the previous Model 3 Performance. This allows for more current. They feature an inverter which generates 950 amps instead of 830 amps on the previous Model 3 Performance. That is how this new vehicle is much faster. It also features Track Mode V3, which is Tesla's latest version of the track mode. This feature allows to adjust the handling balance, the stability, and the regenerative braking. It's a very advanced car. So is the M3. It also gets lowered stiffer shock suspension, and it has adaptive dampers like the Model 3. They also feature accelerometers, which senses the vibration and speed while driving, so the dampers adjust constantly for better comfort. Also it has sway bars to prevent body roll. There's also variable steering. When the vehicle is moving slowly, the steering is fast, but when the vehicle is moving at high speeds, the steering gets slower. This basically makes it more controllable and gives you more road feel. It also has a limited slip differential, so it can send power to the outer wheel with the most grip. It even has a front strut bar, increasing body stiffness. It also has a tuned gearbox for faster shifts. And with the xDrive, there's a rear-wheel drive mode. By enabling that, you can do donuts. It also gets upgraded brakes. So at the front, it has 6-piston calipers gripping 380mm discs, and at the back, it has single-piston calipers gripping 370mm discs. You can also get carbon ceramic brakes with this vehicle. The carbon ceramic brake kit provides 6-piston calipers at the front, gripping 400mm discs, and at the back, it provides 4-piston calipers, gripping 380mm discs. That also unlocks the 180 mph top speed. If you don't get the carbon ceramic brakes, then the top speed is limited to 155 mph. This new Model 3 Performance is going to provide an excellent driving experience. The spring suspension makes the vehicle more agile and nimble, but now since you have the upgraded adaptive suspension, you can alter the firmness, so you can set the adaptive dampers to a softer setting for a smoother ride, improving the ride comfort, or you can set it to a stiffer setting, making the vehicle even more agile and since they have those accelerometers, the adaptive dampers constantly adjust when driving, which allows for them to go over the bumps smoother, making the ride more comfortable. Tesla did make this vehicle a lot sportier, but at the same time they wanted to maintain the comfort. That way this vehicle can be used both on the track and as a daily driver. It's a win-win scenario here. Those sport seats will also make the driving experience so much better, since they hug you in place much better. That will also make the driving experience more comfortable and convenient. Also, the 20-inch wheels are forged, which provides sharper turn-in response, increased traction out of corners, and optimized aerodynamics, allowing this vehicle to go even further before you have to charge it. But these wheels really do add to the sporty feeling. And also with the track mode, you can alter the handling balance and the stability. So if you wanted to do donuts, you can turn the stability off, and you can send the handling balance to the back, making this vehicle more amusing to drive. And then you have those forged wheels which improve the traction out of corners, making it easier to drift this vehicle. And those high performance brakes also improve the stopping performance at all speeds, since they can resist greater temperatures. The tuned chassis also improves the stiffness and the performance. There's also only one gear since it's electric, which means that there will be no throttle lag. That's why there's the instant torque. Just press the accelerator down at any speed, and the vehicle takes off like a rocket ship. Also, the reduced lift increases the downforce, and the battery pack at the bottom of the vehicle provides a low center of gravity, which increases stability and handling by reducing body roll. And the all-wheel drive system improves the traction. And those sway bars also prevent the body roll, improving the cornering experience with this vehicle. It also has the torque vectoring, which improves the traction as well, and also improves the cornering experience. And since this vehicle is electric, there's the regenerative braking, which makes the driving experience so much easier, since you don't have to constantly press on the brake pedal. Just lift your foot off the accelerator, and the vehicle will stop on its own. And while it stops, it recharges the battery at the same time, improving the efficiency. But then when you're on the track, you can turn that feature off via track mode. Overall, Tesla has done a fantastic job with this vehicle. They ensured that it will be sporty and fun to drive on the track, but also comfortable and easy to drive for daily driving. It truly will be a great driving experience. The M3 is also going to provide a very nice driving experience. BMW engines are the very best. They always provide a strong pull, and they're very powerful, especially the one in the M3. There's loads of power in this thing. Also, the gearbox has been tuned, providing faster shifts, reducing throttle lag. This allows for quicker acceleration, and since you have the strut bar in the front, the body is overall stiffer, which makes the steering response sharper and provides more feedback. That also helps with the handling by reducing understeer, and the body roll is also reduced, improving the stability and providing a smoother ride. The stiffer suspension also makes the vehicle more agile, but that does mean that you will feel bumps a little bit more. There are those adaptive dampers though, so you can set them to a softer setting for a more comfortable drive, or you can set them to a stiffer setting for a more sporty drive. The sway bars also help to prevent body roll. Also, there's that rear differential, which helps to improve the traction and also improves the cornering experience. The steering is also more controllable since you have the variable ratio steering. That increases stability and gives more road feel. And with the X-Drive, you can always switch to rear-wheel drive mode. That way you can do donuts, making the driving experience more amusing. Those upgraded M Sport brakes also provide better stopping performance, and those carbon ceramic brakes are even better. Overall, it's going to be a fantastic experience with the M3 as well. It has been tuned a lot, making it much sportier and way more fun to drive. The Tesla also has been tuned a lot, but they also maintain the comfort, so that way it can be used as a daily driver as well. You can always adjust the settings in that car as well. You can make it sportier or you can make it more comfortable. So should you get the BMW M3 Competition or should you get the Tesla Model 3 Performance? You should get the Tesla. The M3 is a fantastic car. It's super powerful and is very sporty. For most people, the Tesla is going to be the better car. It's a lot more affordable than the M3, but at the same time it has way more features included with it. Also, there's lower maintenance with an electric car, which costs less money. And also, Tesla made sure this vehicle is comfortable enough for daily driving, but also fun and sporty to drive on the track. The BMW is a fantastic car. It really is awesome. It's just a bit too expensive. For most people, the Tesla is the better car. It's way more affordable than the M3, with similar performance and much better technology. But do you guys agree? Let me know in the comments down below which vehicle do you guys prefer. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode.